As it's turned out, it's now raining on my run. And right now it feels like I'm about to get blown away out here. Maybe this run wasn't the best idea. Why would anyone run 50 miles? It sounds insane. I get it. But here's the thing. The same mindset that gets you through a 50-mile race is, I think, the same mindset that helps you do a lot of other things. Accomplish interesting tasks or save money, pay off debt, and build wealth. Today, I'm going to connect these two mindsets and show you how you can make them work for you. Part 1. Discipline over motivation. I'm a runner. I run a fair amount. There's definitely people that run a lot more than me. There's certainly people that run less than me. I'm a middle of the pack runner. But if I want to do well when I run and when I race, I have to train. And training isn't about wanting to run. It is simply about showing up. It is an example of where discipline wins out over motivation. It is consistency. I am training for my first 50-mile race. It's 3 months out from now. I have some base fitness, but I need to get myself back into consistency. I have let my base drop off. When I'm training, I often don't feel like running. Like this run the other day, it was, almost 7 p.m. and it was still 85 degrees. When it's hot in the summer, the heat is the worst for running because it just drains your body. And in those days, I'd rather just be sitting on the couch. But in order to finish a 50-miler, which I've never done before, it's not about motivation. It's about the discipline, putting in the miles whether I feel like it or not. Money works the same way. You don't save or invest only when you feel motivated. You do it consistently, even on the days where you'd rather spend money. Discipline is choosing what you want most, or what you want in the future, over what you want now. Part 2. Small choices compound. Each run that I do builds more endurance for my training. Okay, now missing one run isn't catastrophic, but consistently skipping runs will lead to detrimental progress. The financial parallel here is that small daily choices, good or bad, compound massively over time. Buying one coffee doesn't wreck your finances, but the daily habit of buying coffee every single day stacks up. Okay? The reverse is also true. Consistent saving and investment might not feel like much in the moment, but they compound into something massive over time. Part 3, making sacrifices. It means giving up some late nights and waking up early. It's giving up foods that I shouldn't eat. That's a hard one, right? Because I like food. The money parallel here is like resisting lifestyle creep, delaying gratification, right? Sacrifice feels hard now, but it builds freedom later. It is the consistency that gets you to that later freedom. Part 4, health can equal wealth. I'm not going to belabor this point too long. Obviously, exercising has health benefits. Running is one of the ways to do that. Now, some people might argue that ultra marathons are too much exercise. I would argue that if you saw how slow I run, we would probably disagree on that point. But long-term health is important, right? It can equal lower medical bills. You can have more energy, which equals more productivity, which means you can do more with your time and your money. So, I think there's a direct correlation here. And what I'm training for now is helping my health, right? The work that I'm doing now is improving my health. And when I'm out running, I feel better. I want to eat better. It controls my weight better. So there's lots of benefits that happen with exercise and staying healthy. And I've found that running is something I enjoy doing that does that. Part 5, showing up leads to surprises. When I first started, the idea to me of running nonstop for 30 minutes sounded impossible. But then it happened. And I didn't do anything special. I was just running frequently, right? I just kept showing up. But then I got to 30 minutes and I thought, there is no way I could ever run for an hour nonstop. And then I did. And it just naturally happened. Like, I didn't do anything specific other than keep running. But now I'm shooting for 50 miles. And the longest I've ever done is a 50K, which is 31 miles about. So by the time I get to my longest distance ever in this upcoming race, I will still have almost 20 miles to go. It will take me probably 12 to 14 hours to complete this race. This is far beyond anything I've done before. It's a significant increase. And I gotta tell you, it sounds crazy to me. But because of the experience that I've had so far with running and what I've gone through and all the friends that I have that have done something like this, because I know it's possible and I know that I have gotten through other hurdles like this before, in my mind, I know that if I continue to be consistent in my training, I will be able to finish this race. And I think there's the direct financial parallel here. You know, maybe right now saving up $500 seems impossible, or maybe it's $5,000, or maybe for you it's $50,000. It might feel impossible right now, but there is an unexpected confidence that comes from the consistency of not stopping and moving forward and keeping your momentum going. And you will eventually achieve that first goal. But then there will be another goal that's even bigger that you set. And maybe that will feel impossible or unattainable. But if you keep working towards it, you will reach it. The unexpected benefit is the momentum. You build confidence, you attract new opportunities, and suddenly what once felt impossible is now just normal. Part 6, pacing yourself. You obviously can't sprint a 50-mile race. Oh, I mean, at least I can't, okay? Burnout will come if you go out too hard, too early. In fact, the race I'm training for is kind of known for this. It's a 50-mile trail race, but the first couple miles are downhill on paved surfaces. So with the added adrenaline of a race, if you've ever run a race before, you know what I'm talking about, people tend to go out faster than they should. I plan to go out at what is almost what I would call disgustingly slow, okay? A bit faster than walking, but not by much, probably 13 to 14 minute miles. And if you're a runner, you know that that is very slow. But this will allow me to pace myself and maintain energy for the second half of the race, which, like I've said, is gonna be hard. And I will get through it by continually moving forward throughout the race, the momentum. And in fact, that's the biggest takeaway from the races I've done so far, is something called relentless forward progress. This is a big term in ultra marathons, where even if you're not feeling great, where even if you're moving slow, you are still moving. Even if you're coming into an aid station, you are refilling your waters, you are grabbing some food, and you are walking out of the aid station while you're still putting everything away and eating. You're not sitting down and stopping. You are continuing to move no matter what. And this approach perfectly mirrors the training. The act of just showing up and being consistent, continually moving forward towards the goal, is what has to happen in a race. Consistent forward movement, relentless forward progress. The money parallel here is you can't chase the get-rich-quick stuff, okay? Focus on sustainable growth and goals. Keep moving forward. Part 7, the finish line mentality. All right, this is a little bit of sports psychology here, but as a runner, I'm constantly keeping a few things in my mind throughout a race, but also before a race. For months now, I have been visualizing myself finishing this 50-mile race. seeing myself crossing the finish line. I've also been visualizing myself reaching key milestones throughout the race. Most of those are aid stations, right? Getting to an aid station and then visualizing myself getting to the next aid station and sort of breaking the race down into smaller stages or pieces. The financial parallel here is the same thing, right? Keep goals visible and put them in the forefront of your mind, whether that's being debt-free or financially independent, building wealth, all of these things, right? Imagine yourself accomplishing those goals constantly imagine yourself. Draw that victory, that accomplishment towards you, right? Put it there. This is kind of a law of attraction thing, right? If you visualize it and think about it and imagine it happening and then carry out the steps needed to accomplish it, you will reach your goal. That's what pulls you forward when the grind feels endless. And I know that's what's going to happen to me in this race is I am going to reach a point probably somewhere around the 50K mark when I've gotten to a point that's further than I've ever been before, where I will probably want to quit. But because I have imagined myself reaching the next goal, reaching the finish line, I kind of already know what it feels like to be there. I know that I can get there because in my mind, I've been there hundreds of times already. Visualizing financial goals are the same. You put it in your head and you work towards it. Training for a 50-miler isn't easy, and neither is building wealth. But if you show up, stay disciplined, make hard choices, and pace yourself, you'll cross your finish line stronger in both running and money. If today helped you a little bit to connect the concepts of running and wealth, subscribe for more good enough strategies. What's your favorite money and life activity crossover? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.